What's going on, Cancer? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the month of September 2024. So, in this reading, Cancer, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the month of September. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming, and we're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides and so much more for you regarding the month of September 2024. So, before we begin this reading, Cancer, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading. And I really do appreciate you in advance, Cancer, for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does happen to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Cancer. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy now for you, and we'll see what is coming your way for the month of September 2024. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Cancer. Wow. I'll tell you what, man, this whole, hold on. Okay. Okay. There's something about, like, this is going to sound weird, but there's something about polarity messing with you in September 2024, Cancer. It's like, it's very hard for you to, like, make a choice and be fully at peace with it and present with it. Some of you may be, it's hard to separate the cons, or it's like you wish you could separate the pros from the cons from every sort of decision that you're making, because a lot of you, in what you don't see coming, there's definitely a new love interest coming in for you, Cancer, that I do feel is going to bring you or someone that you're connected to, like, anxiety. You know, there's definitely some sort of new love interest coming into your life that I feel is going to give anxiety to your friends or your family. You know, like, this is someone around you that everyone knows that there's, like, some new sort of, like, heart-opening love coming in. But for you, it's in what you don't see coming, so it may not be obvious immediately in September 2024. But there's definitely some sort of thing about, it's like, if you bite into an apple in September, you're going to be like, well, what if I just got the other type of apple? And what if this apple was bigger? And what if it was 2% sweeter? And like, a lot of you are experiencing what we call the apathy of options. So let's say that you went to a restaurant where they only had 3 items on the menu. They had spaghetti, pizza, and avocado toast. Okay, they had 3 items on the menu. And now you went to the same restaurant in a parallel universe that had 5 options on the menu. Let's say that at both restaurants, you chose the avocado toast. Which restaurant do you think that you would actually be more satisfied with your meal at? It would be the restaurant with less options. So right now, a lot of you are experiencing something called the apathy of options. We're living in a world that is giving us too much stimuli, too many options for partners, too many friends, too many this, too many that, to where it's basically hard for you. It's going to be hard for you to remain present. And now here's the reason. For a lot of you, there's some sort of waiting game gone, you know, there's some sort of, like, thing that you're waiting on that is not going to be fully revealed. And so you may slip into escapism. That's like a potential, not for all of you here, Cancer. But that's what I get here. Now, there's definitely something about this, if you're not careful, September 2024, Cancer, could slip into, like, what appears to be an episode of Jerry Springer where it's just, like, insane family drama that's, like, hilarious but also, like, messed up, is what I get. So you need to be really, because I get there's, like, a split within you. Like, there's some sort of family drama that you have going on here. Could be with your family, could be friends that you grew up with, could be just something to do with your family here that it's like part of you really wants to just, like, wipe the slate clean and forgive and be like, yeah, everyone, like, let's just forget about it. Okay, let's just go back to life as usual. Let's just forget about all this. But then there's a big part of you that, like, when you do that, it's going to feel off. So it's like you want to be able to forgive, but you have to be honest with yourself about, like, why it's hard for you to not fully forgive. Like, what is that? There's something there for you to look at. So the energy that you need more of is, so there's definitely a new love coming. Even if you're in a relationship, Cancer, there can be a new love here that throws off your partner, even if it's not something you commit to. It's just like there, being honest. And if you're single, there's definitely a new love here that this person can be like sort of like somewhat unstable or something. I don't know. But okay, the energy that you need more of for September is Master Jesus, forgiveness. You are on the You are on the path of light and love. Yeah, your house just got blessed. Boom. You are on the path of light and love and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. So if Jesus were alive right now, he would choose to love his enemy. Do you not destroy your enemies when you make them your friends here? The problem is that you've had an enemy that you've been close with for a long time, and it's not that they are your enemy, but it's that they were put in your life to create contrast so that you could say, I don't like this frequency, I'm going to do something different now. You know, and the problem is that you've, like, tried to forgive the contrast. So, like, I don't know, I'm just getting, like, you were arguing with your father, right? And you decided, like, okay, this is not worth it. Like, let's just, like, let's make peace. And then you go about your life in the state of peace that you made. But then the initial reason you were still unsettled still exists. So a major problem for many of you is going to be deciphering in September 2024 between genuine forgiveness and genuinely admitting to yourself, hey, you know, I got to think about, like, I need to process this. I love you, but I don't know if I'm just ready to go back to being, like, buddy, like, right now. Like, there's an issue here and I love you, but honestly, it's a lot, and maybe some of you need to take space here, because I also feel like there's someone here who don't get me wrong, whoever this person is, whether it's your father or whatever it is, they literally, they do love you, but they also at the same time hate you. So make that make sense. So you may be trying to offer, like, unconditional love to someone who has completely split emotions about you. Take it as resonates, leave what doesn't. So some of you as well, you know, you really need to take this one. It resonates, leave what doesn't. But some of you here, there was a long time ago, or not even that long ago, where you basically, in your head, you're like, my father, or if it's not a father, it's some sort of man in your life that you're like, this person is like, why are they behaving like a punk? Like, why are they just, like, acting like a punk? Like, this is, like, punk behavior. And then, like, you were saying, no, they couldn't be a punk because they're my father. My father couldn't be a punk. And then, like, you kind of, like, chose to forget about it, but now a lot of you are going to realize that, like, your father is still a punk here. And you don't really know what to do about it. I don't even think you know what to do about it. Because there's something that needs to be hashed out between you and your father. Let me just say that. There's something that needs to be hashed out. And if you just try to be like, oh, daddy, thank you, here's your bed and breakfast, it's just, you're going to be walking around with something here. And you need to really decipher this. So I don't have the solutions all the time. Sometimes I just read the energy. That's what I'm doing right now, which awareness is 90% of transformation, everyone. You also have Katumi, Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answer that you seek. Trust what you know. You already know the answer that you seek. Trust what you know. Let that sink in. There's something that you already know that maybe you're having a hard time trusting here, Cancer, especially as it relates to your family. There's something you already know. And to be honest, like, the sad thing is like, a lot of you already knew that this person was a punk. For a lot of you, it's not going to be your father. It's going to be someone in your family, or someone is close enough as a friend that you believe to be their family. Like, you labeled this person as a punk in your mind. You're like, I don't want to be like that. Whatever that person just did, how they're coming at me, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to even put that onto anyone. But guess what happened? You want to know what happened? Because you accepted their punk behavior and you chose to unconditionally forgive them, you then had to take on the energy of that same punk shit to where now you're the punk because you chose to unconditionally forgive something that you actually genuinely on a soul level didn't want to unconditionally forgive. So now you become it. Because otherwise, if you didn't see it properly about I don't need this in my life through another person doing it, you need to take it on yourself to do it then to realize I don't want this in my life. So you also have ancestor spirit, white eagle, connect to your lineage, a family wound or pattern can be healed right now. So yeah, like a lot of you have major daddy issues right now. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. And you have to trust what you know to make tough decisions at this time. Cancer is what I'm getting. Like you really have to dig deep. You have to dig deep into what the right thing to do for you is. And I feel like the right thing for you to do in order to heal at this point is not to actually go into just unconditional forgiveness. I feel like a lot of you have to stand up for yourself right now. And for a lot of you, it could be having to do with a shift in perspective that one of your family members doesn't agree with in September. I feel like a lot of you are going to be having a major shift in perspective. And this also could have to do with someone new coming into your life that I feel like, quite frankly, like your family doesn't agree with, or there's something about you have to stand your ground and you can't just like sweep things under the rug to make peace for everyone. And the healing thing for you to do is to be like, okay, like, yes, because you want to know why it's hard for like parents to take your advice is because when you change someone's diapers, and when they grow up, like, how are you supposed to take that person seriously? It's really hard so give your parents some slack, or whoever this person is, this mature energy I'm picking up on. But ultimately, like, you called it a long time ago. You then went into sleep and forgot what you called it. Hey, this frequency, yo, I see that. Nah. I ain't dealing with that. Screw you. Then you got lulled to sleep. Now you're seeing it in you. So it's conflict delayed is conflict multiplied. You might have to stand up to someone in your family here who doesn't agree with a life decision that you're making. Let me repeat that. What is September about? Standing up, because there's some sort of pending thing that you're waiting for that's not coming through. Okay? And I feel like it's because of this. I feel like it's because of a root issue that I'm trying to address with you. But hold on. Your opportunity is the Four of Wands here. This has to do with soul family, celebrations, and it has to do with a rite of passage. You know, the Four of Wands is like something that doesn't last forever, but it's meant to be in your life for a temporary period of time. So right now, your opportunity is that no matter what difficulties you're facing, Cancer, you are going through a rite of passage. And to be honest, that rite of passage is going to have to do with some sort of healing, some sort of fiery discourse between you and someone that you're close to. But it's up to you to use your intuition to channel that. You know, this is a fiery rite of passage. If you're experiencing conflict with people that you love, you're actually in alignment. But you need to use your intuition as to what the right thing is to do, because trust me, if you go to your average therapist office, they're not going to tell you the right thing to do. If you go, no one's going to tell you the right thing to do, especially not the person that you're in conflict with. So I think that in order to be authentic, you have to be able to offend people. Let me repeat that. In order to be authentic and create a life that genuinely feels good to you on a soul level completely, you have to be willing to offend people. You have to, or else you're not being real. So the Four of Wands is your opportunity. I feel like this is you are in alignment to go through some sort of fiery rite of passage. And a lot of you here are facing uncertainty in your life. You know, something that you've been waiting on for a long time. I feel like the plans are changing. And that can be quite difficult. Like, there's something that you were waiting on to be optimistic about. A lot of you thought something would happen in September. Now it's not happening. Let me repeat this. A lot of you have been waiting for September. Cancer. A lot of you have been waiting for September, And now it's like your plans are falling through. But what I'm telling you is that there's a deeper reason why your plans are falling through. Because it's going to initiate true, genuine, foundational healing for you. And if your plans that you actually wanted to work, the plans that you wanted to work out, if that actually did work out, you would actually be digging a bigger grave for yourself, vibrationally speaking, in terms of your own healing path. I'm telling you. So be grateful for whatever issue you have, because it's like there are no problems, there are just challenges. Challenges, right? And so your challenge is challenge is 9 of Cups. And this is about synchronicity. I do feel like there's going to be an experience of negative synchronicity in your life. Now, for others of you, you're dealing with an extremely selfish person who, if they don't have things their way, right? If everyone in the family is not placed at the exact, little special seat, they're going to have a flip out attack. So you're dealing with a very selfish person for a lot of you in your challenge. For a lot of you in your challenge here is to actually put yourself first, because there's something challenging that you need to do to actually activate positive synchronicity in your life again. There's something that you need to do to put yourself first. Unless you fill up your own cup first, you're going to make everyone around you miserable eventually. So you need to fill up your own cup, but I feel like in order to fill up your own cup, it's going to require you to enter into conflict with someone. Now, here's the good thing about this, is that if you're really connected to someone and you've been tight with them for an extremely long period of time, then you know that you're on the same team even if you temporarily go at it. But there's something about someone could be I don't know. The 9 of Cups in your challenge, Cancer, here as well, is that there is going to be some sort of negative synchronicity that wakes you up to an uncomfortable truth. There's going to be some sort of negative synchronicity here because the positive synchronicity was not working or something. I don't know. Take it as resonates, leave what doesn't. In your overall general energy, Cancer, this is where it gets interesting. You have the 3 of Wands upright. You have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. You also have the Devil in reverse. I think this is a month of your plans falling through. And there's a quote that you need to remind yourself that, sometimes you make plans and God laughs because there's something better for you than your mind thought. Let me repeat something to you very important for you that you need to know about September, Cancer, is that the ceiling of the ego, the best possible case scenario that your ego could ever imagine. It's the ceiling of my ego. It's the life that I choose. It's the life that I create. It's the exact life that I want. The ceiling of the ego is actually just the basement of the higher mind. So you're something that was something you were really hoping for didn't work out. Now you're going to pull yourself up on this ledge and be like, oh damn, there's a whole other world out here that maybe I needed to see. So you're getting pulled into a whole nother world, but it's not going to come without something that you were planning on. This could be some sort of business idea. This could be a person that you thought, for a lot of you, you're also struggling to let go of a toxic relationship right now, I feel. For a lot of you, this is going to go back to your family. There's going to have to be this end, because right now it's both of you could be, it's going to be different things for different Cancers. Some of you are actually just straight up fighting with this person right now who is trying to wreak havoc in your life. Others of you, you're smiling in each other's faces. But for others of you, it doesn't even have to do with the family drama. There's something that you are waiting for to go through. You're waiting for this news. You're waiting for this business to work. You're waiting for this to happen. And it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, and you can either allow that to put you into your own mental prison, or you can say that I must improvise, adapt, and overcome right now. Okay? Because there's some sort of new love situation in what you don't see coming. Let me repeat this, Cancer. As a result of something not going through, something that was up in the air that turns out to be a no-go, that for some of you will lead to negative synchronicity. If you label it as this was supposed to happen and it's not happening, then you're going to experience negative synchronicity. If you can say this was supposed to happen and it's not happening, but it's actually just a rite of passage for me, that's where you're going to be in the golden zone. But there's definitely a new love interest coming in what you don't see coming. You have the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and you also have the Nine of Swords though. So I feel that there's some sort of risky love interest coming in for you that very much so has a dynamic edge. This could also be someone that somehow your family doesn't agree with, or it is causing harm or havoc to your family. Like a new love coming in is causing harm or havoc to your family. Now, a lot of you here, what you need to know is this as well, Cancer. You want to know, the lesson that many of you are going to be learning in September 2024 is that he who chases two birds at the same time gets 0 birds, right? You're sitting here and a bird flies over here, a bird flies over here. You try to go both ways. It's not going to work. So many of you, there's like a painful lesson of if you chase 2 birds at the same time, sometimes you end up with none of them. But remember, that is just a rite of passage moment for you. That's not going to resonate for all of you, just for some of you in this story. And then, like, in your advice, Cancer, you have the 5 of Wands, the Star, and also the High Priestess here. All right? So, with this being in your advice here, Cancer, you need to listen to your intuition about some sort of rejuvenating activity that you need to do in order to put something right. So, there's definitely some sort of conflict that you're going to have to enter into, even if it's just like getting yourself ready for a conflict, training yourself for healing. And I feel like you need to listen to your intuition about what you need to do to heal at this time. You need to listen to your intuition about what you need to do to heal at this time, particularly when it's relating to your family drama and how that's causing problems, problems in your life. So it's definitely like a month of ups and downs. It's not really a stable month for you. So it's definitely going to be an exciting month, but you have to be ready to adjust your plans here. And because of some of your plans falling through, there's going to be some sort of new love interest that definitely can cause some sort of like weirdness with an existing love interest that you have going on. That's what I honestly get. So someone could be like threatened, or someone could be like jelly, there's something about that. Okay, so I don't know, let's clarify the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Why is the 2 of, you could be scattering your energy a little too much here. So let's see. Yeah, the 4 of Pentacles. There's something off with your financial stability right now, Cancer. Yeah, there's some sort of... The 2 of Pentacles is clarified by the 2 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles here. So you're going to have to go down a certain path. There's definitely, as a result of something being up in the air, as a result of something not going the way that you wanted it to go, for many of you, there's going to be a relationship that you're now going to have to let go of, or a business plan that you had to let go of. There's definitely a new choice that you're going to have to make to create some sort of stability in your life. This is about, the 4 of Pentacles is about stability. It's not anything like over the top financial, but it's just having a secure kind of base for yourself. So I feel like you're readjusting your base, and that might involve new people coming in that cause anxiety to existing people in your life, even if that's your family or the people that you're living with, I'm getting, or so, for some of you. Let's clarify the Devil in reverse. The Devil in reverse is clarified by the 5 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, and also the Ace of Wands here. Man, I mean, okay. There could be some kind of new beginning here that quickly brings havoc into your life, I feel. Like the Ace of Wands is something that's very attractive here. But then the 5 of Pentacles is here, which is to do with like a poverty, lack mentality, kind of being on the outside, temporary financial difficulties. So there could be a new beginning with someone who doesn't have a lot of money in your life, or maybe that's a confirmation there. It's like there's definitely something going on with someone also could be secretly happy to see you go through something bad. And it's just their own lack mentality here. Like, the devil in reverse, clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Nine of Cups, is like, there's definitely some form of negative synchronicity in the form of you being aware of someone, like, knowing that your plans fell through. This is also, you need to be careful that you're not emotionally jumping into situations just to alleviate yourself of anxiety. There's a big message here for you, Cancer, that, like, before you go into any situation, use your intuition. It's more powerful than your logic this month. But there's also, I had a really important message, whatever, hopefully it comes back. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups in what you don't see coming. Why is that there? There's definitely a new love interest that's going to cause someone around you to have anxiety. Yeah, it could be with an earth sign. Eight of Pentacles, King of... What? Damn. The Ace of Cups is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles here. I feel like there's a new business thing. If you're single, there can be a new relationship coming in that you're actually going to work really well with someone. Okay, this is a result, and remember, this isn't what you don't see coming. So this is really good news. Something that you were working on, that you were hoping to have happen in September, it's not going to happen. Okay, and instead of jumping at the first thing that spikes your interest to resolve the situation or do something new, just wait a little bit, because there's some sort of earth sign coming in. You have the Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles here. You're going to get your business mindset on here, and I feel like there's a new love coming in, whether it's just a new emotional beginning in your business or like some sort of new thing that you're going to be doing is going to make you very happy, but you don't see it coming. And also, it's going to give anxiety to you or to someone around you, this new beginning. Okay? So you need to be careful that if you're a committed Cancer in a relationship, that you don't have some sort of new situation that's causing anxiety to your partner. If you're being honest with yourself here, it's just like what I feel. If you genuinely care. But, you know, I don't know. Let's clarify what a star is here. So there's definitely some sort of like new business competition, or... It's an exciting month, don't get me wrong. Wow. Yeah, there's some sort of new way that, like, the star is clarified by the Tower and the Fool. This is about you doing something to heal yourself that you never thought in a million years that you would be doing. So there's a new foundation, or there's an old foundation blowing up, and there's a new way that you're going to be doing things, Cancer, and it's definitely related to your future. You know, I want my future to look like this. Okay, this plan fell through. Maybe it fell through for a reason. A lot of you are going to be experiencing what we call negative synchronicity. That's just the build up to something better, Cancer. It's just the build up to this. So you're going to enter, you're like, whatever plans that you are making this month, please be open to what could happen. And with that being said, do something different. I'm going to conclude this reading, Cancer. I'll talk to you next time. Peace.